Welcome to Rugby. I'm here on Free Sports and I'm joined as ever by my partner in crime, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, and two of Lee's finest, Liam Hood and Kevin the Destroyer Leroyer. In the place. When I first heard your nickname, Kevin, I must admit, I was impressed. It's a good, of all the nicknames, it's a great nickname, the Destroyer.
I don't know where that comes from, but...
Ending people, I think, in Humberside. Did you enjoy your time at Hull? Because you kind of found your happy place there. You're playing some amazing rugby.
Yeah, I really enjoyed over there. It was like a big chance for me when I was at Catalan to have an opportunity to come over there. And obviously, to be honest with you, when I arrived the first night, I was like, nah, I'm going to last for it. I'm not going to last here. It was like in December, like dark night, 4 o'clock. I was like, no, I won't stay there.
And now you're at university as well. You've settled right in. I think that's quite fascinating, actually. I don't know if you've ever read Daydream Believer, Stanley Jean's book. When he went to OKR, it's amazing, and he talks about the cultural differences. It was mind-blowing for him. I'd love to see that on paper maybe one day. But what are you studying at university?
I'm doing a degree in sport business management. So with the help of Julie Measure from the RFL.
She's a good woman.
Yeah, she's been outstanding with me, because at that time it was really difficult because I was like, I want to play rugby, but she was trying to tell me that there was all the things than rugby, and I would be able to have more enjoyment and happiness outside rugby. And I was like, no, I can't. I want to be on the pitch. So it was really hard to make me change my mind. So I was like, okay, I listened to her, that's her job, and I absolutely loved it. Even if I was sure, I was like, me in university, nah, that's never gonna happen. So she helped me really to build the case to be able to be accepted at university. And when I've been accepted, I couldn't believe it. It was like to me, get a contract in England was a big achievement for me, being a French speaker and be accepted in an English university, and now just give as much at rugby in my uni.
You should have done a degree in French. You'd have aced that one. You'd have got an A star.
Always thinking, Simo, aren't you? Always thinking.
Jonesy, I've got to ask you, does it frustrate you as a Leeds player, and I know you love the club, when you lose good young players and they go off and they turn into fantastic players? Because this lad, Liam Hood, is pulling up trees in Championship, and a lot of Super League clubs are talking about him.
Mate, I've got some memories of Hoodie. I remember him tearing it up down at Kirksville training ground, a few battles as well. He's one of those competitors. He's a bit of a grub and all. I'll give him that. He's a Mickey McLaurin, without a doubt, and that's not a bad thing, mate. Yeah. I wish we had more of him. But listen, I think it's great that Leeds are seeding the game. Look at Luke Gale's one of my favourite examples of a player who went through the system at Leeds and went on to be a superstar somewhere else. And I'm sure Hoodie's there and got the potential. But the great thing about Hoodie is he likes your hunting, didn't you? And your granddad was a bit of a famous guy, like a bit of an outdoors type of guy.
Who was your granddad?
My Thomas Hood, my granddad. Yeah, loves it. Yeah, hunting. Used to do it. Took me all when I was growing up. When I was younger, I used to go every other weekend. I've
got a mate called Tony Lumman. He loves it. He goes shooting all the time, pheasant and all that. Is that what you do?
Stuff like that. Yeah, pheasant and.
It's like a killing field. It's like a killing field. Tell me about Lee, because that was a bit of a killing field at the start of the season. What happened? Because it was such... I came to a couple of friendlies and you played really well, and all of a sudden you couldn't buy a win.
Yeah, I think after playing a couple of friendlies against Wigan and Saints, and we were quite confident. Like we looked well, we looked really well. To say that we had 19 new players,
yes, that's
crazy, which is a big step, I think we just got a little bit far ahead of ourselves, I think we just thought after a couple of wins, we were going to go into against Super League, or just near misses, against in these warm-up games. I think we just thought we were better than what we were, in a sense that we just went into a little bit too cocky and just thought we were going to start roasting everyone.
Jukesy went, and obviously Kieran came in, he's doing a great job. He brought in a bit of experience. Mickey I am coming back.
Yeah, he's been class. Just he adds a bit of everything for you, He picks lads up and then he's still got it for, what is he now, 48 or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's still got it going good.
Got meat pie, didn't he, this weekend?
Yeah, he got his first strike season, so he's been struggling with that at the minute, it's been in his head. He's been wanting to score the last few games. He says, when I get near the line, I'm thinking to himself, should I go? He went, and then it's too late, then he went, and it's already gone.
This weekend he threw a dummy, but it wasn't a dummy, it went to pass to someone who wasn't there, and they bought it, and he just went, and he just jumped over.
Panicked.
Threw a dummy, they took it, and then went through to full back and threw another dummy, and they took it. So yeah, he said he's going to get a job at Mothercare selling dummies. He said,
Like Paul Daly.
yeah. And Bales has been. I think Bales has been what we've missed. To be fair, you know, he's coming on off that bench and just doing what Bales does. Just big aggressive fella, and you know. So and he's going well for us at the minute. I think he's given us what we've missed for them first few games. Just someone coming off that field and coming on as a sub and just ripping in.
20 years ago, almost to the day, on a sun-kissed Wembley, Sheffield Eagles beat the odds and the bookies and won 17-8 against the mighty Wigan. Do you remember where you were on that day, Jones?
I remember exactly where I was. It was one of those moments in your life when, you know, them life-changing moments when you just remember exactly what you were doing. And I was in the kitchen at my house. I was living at home then, and my mum had gone out, and I thought, right, I'm going to wash my golf clubs in the kitchen sink. So I was watching my golf clubs, little portable telly on side there, and watched history being made by Sheffield Eagles. A relatively new club as well then.
Yeah.
Not been existing long, didn't have much history or heritage.
And Gary just left as well.
Gary Hetherington had just left, and I went on and won it, and did it against all the odds. Phenomenal, but that's what the Challenge Cup's all about.
Last year we caught up with John Keir, Mark Aston, Rocky Turner and Matt Crowther as they take us down Sheffield's memory lane.
I think the commentary that Ray started the game with demonstrated how sort of lowly ranked we were and how little people thought we'd win the game. Ray's opening gambit has been a great commentator for the BBC on many finals, but his opening gambit for this game as it kicked off was, it's like David against Goliath, but David's got his hands tied behind his back. Well, David didn't do a bad job, did he?
John Keir walked into the to the initial pre-season meeting and said his first words to us as a group, we're going to go to Wembley this year and we're going to win it. Everybody looks at each other side by side and goes, I think he's had a beer or two or he's lost his marbles, because we all know that Wigan had won it 8 years on the bounce, and you know, to knock them off, it'd be a massive achievement. But he planted the seed. And then, you know, we got the look of the draw. There was no doubt about that.
I remember the general build-up to the game. John Keir did a fantastic job of everyone up. I can remember me and Johnny Lawless, my roommate of 10, 15 years, not sleeping much.
The morning of the final, we just got up at our own leisure. We had breakfast at a certain time, and I can remember us having to go for a little stroll.
The night before the game, and I'll just go back to this, is that you know, John got us all in a room, the forwards, the backs. So he put us all in the room with the backs and said, what are you going to do? What we're going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do to make us win tomorrow? He actually got us to walk up the steps and practice lifting the Challenge Cup without a Challenge Cup. Imagine it, you know, and we walk up the stairs, which I've got to say, a fair few stairs, and a bit tiring, to be fair, but it was worth it. We walked up the steps. Paul Broadbent pretended to pick the imaginary trophy up, and then, you know, it was set. The scene was set, and I've got to say to you, on the day when we're lined up in the tunnel, and there's Johnny Lawless at the back there, the little fellow with his scrum cap on, 98, the year of the Eagles, just kept belling it out. We're going to stood outside of us as Andy Farrell, Dennis Betts, Jason Robinson, Henry Paul. You're thinking, we're going to have to be good today. The
players' tunnel was, that's something I do remember a lot of. Absolutely amazing. Just the crowd and everything else, and the lads up for the fight.
Abide with me, yeah, that was unbelievable. As a kid, you sort of grow up watching the Challenge Cup final and they sing that, and that's when the hairs on the back of the neck stand up. So this is obviously a different occasion. You're trying to focus as well on the game in hand.
The tunnel was very cool. It was very cool, and all our players that decided to do a bit of a Wimbledon. Led by Johnny Lawless, in all honesty, and Wimbledon, when they played Liverpool, had called 88, which was obviously the year Wimbledon beat Liverpool. So Johnny and company decided to shout out 98, and there were the Wigan sort of superstars, Gary Connolly, Faz and company, stood there trying to be cool as cucumbers, and looking to the left of them, and there's Johnny Lawless and company shouting 98, and you know, I think it got under the skin.
Obviously, we punched above us weight on that day, but we had sheer belief, and that come from John Keir and all the coaching staff. The instilled some pride. There's some very honest people at Sheffield Eagles at that moment in time.
The plan that John put down, the first try, let's bomb, high kick to Jason Robinson, Nick Pinkney, jump over the top of him and score the try. That's what the plan. That was written down. It was there. I put the kick on and Pinko jumped up, scored the try. You go, God, he's got that right. He's even got that right, you know.
The ball came out from the right hand. They played the ball on the right hand side. It came over to our experienced loose forward Rod Doyle, who threw a bit of a cut-out pass, and it ended up bouncing on the floor. So it wasn't really a good ball. And I just picked it up off the floor, saw the space in the corner, and dived over.
To score at Wembley and to win the Challenge Cup from a lad from Meltham, and you know, as a rugby league fan, rugby league passionate supporter, it's anything I could dream of.
It was like, I watched that final. I've only watched it once, twice. I've only watched it a few times, honest. Is that I watched that final, like watching a video recording of what the plan was.
I thought we were going to win when it was 8 minutes from time, and you know, Wigan were really playing catch up. They were throwing the ball everywhere, looking for quick plays, and we'd made the tackle. They played the ball quickly. Henry Paul came to dummy half, tried to pick it up one-handed to catch us on the back foot, spilled it, and Johnny Lawless just went across, gave him a little shuffle on the back of his head. I'm sure he passed on his commiserations, but at that point, when we were going to get the ball then and how they were defending, I knew the cup was ours.
The presentation walking, we'd done it the day before. We practiced it, so we got it right. Up there, and you know, Paul Broadbent lifts the cup, and people remember it. How punching him in the gut? Where's that come from? I was just bang, bang, punching him, and they go, well, he's got it there, kissing it.
An absolutely unbelievable feel, lifting the cup. It's just something that everybody dreams of as a kid.
I can remember walking down the steps and Adam Fogarty nearly knocking John Keir out, hugging him. And
when Tubby and Paul Broadbent lifted the cup together and the whole team went up, I must admit there's a lump in my throat.
Oh, winning the Lance Todd is, you know, it's an honour because there's so many great names on there, and to be pitched at the side of them and with your name, you know, inked on the trophy itself is pretty special, and it's something that never, you know, people dream about.
So the feeling after the game in the changing room were absolutely immense. Obviously very, very joyous. The main memory I can remember is drinking a few beers and stuff and getting in the old-fashioned baths.
We went back to the hotel and we party hard.
Carnage, absolutely carnage. The reporters were in, Calendar was in there. There was filming as well. We're in the bath, and the cup was there, and it was just, you know, one of the best moments in your sporting career, I suppose.
There was some alcohol consumed, and yeah, I can't remember massive amounts about that night. I can just remember John Kendrew, who was a massive Castleford fan, singing "Where the Eagles Fly."
The night went on to morning. I think I got put to bed at 6:30 in the morning. I got up for breakfast because we were leaving at something like 9 o'clock. Fetu Tai was still sat at the breakfast table with a bottle of bud in his hand.
The win at Wembley in '98 as a one-off, it ranks as the best one because, I mean, we were vast underdogs. Everybody had told us to go there and, you know, play our bit part in Wigan's party. Well, no, we wanted to spoil Wigan's party and have one of our own, and we did.
John Keir is always good value. This weekend I listened to an interview, so I'm just a sad rugby geek, and he went into the changing rooms after Bradford had beat West Wales, pumped them, another big cricket score, and he went and consoled the boys. That's the mark of a man.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a man motivated. He's one of those blokes that can get a team up for anything, as we know, and you know, he's won the Challenge Cup a couple of times. I remember to my expense as well in 2005 when he was coaching Hull and the Beatles down in Cardiff. But wherever John Keir seems to go, the enthusiasm always follows him. I had him back in 2002 for the England day trip down to Fiji, and he was fantastic. Have you ever come across him, Uddy? Have you ever played under him?
No, I've never played under him. I've come across him a few times and met him, but yeah, he's a nice fella. Kevin,
French Rugby League, you've played for Catalan and Toulouse. What's the state of French Rugby League right now?
It's quite a tough question because I think it's a shame because at the minute Catalan are not doing well at all, and for the last probably 10-12 years Catalan have been like represent France and put France on the rugby league map. Yeah. But now you got Toulouse who did like amazing job. Me, I'm born in Toulouse, so
You're a Toulouse fan?
I'm proper Toulouse fan. This is my town, and I saw where they come from, all the big work they do, and now they finally come into the rise and into the top battle to go to Super League, which is their objective. And you got Catalan start to drop. And if you want like French rugby league to improve, you need like two strong teams. We need like a big derby like in Hull.
Yeah.
And you got the people in France, they're just waiting for that to go two Toulouse and Catalan team in the same league and be able to have a big rivalry and build an heritage. And from that, they will be able to work and to put the French rugby be more important to the map. Because after as well, you need more players to come through. And now obviously it's good because Toulouse really work on the roots. They really like form their own player. For so long I've been one of the only one who really make it. But now if you see like the lots of players form their own academy because Toulouse got their academy who come through and doing a really good job. And also you need more players who try to come over here like Elima did years and years ago. For me it was an example as a younger, came as well on his own. And I have a massive career over here. And a player like Théophage as well, came at 16 at the Salford Academy, and now he's in St. Helens. So I think that should be an example for every young players to come and follow these two examples.
I know Shawcross do a swap every year, don't they?
Yeah.
And the English boys, the young kids, school kids go over and play in France, and there's a bit of an exchange. Did you ever go on one of them exchange programs? Did you play in England when you was young?
No, not really. Me, I really, when I was younger, I wasn't the best, but I was working really hard because all I had was rugby, so I was giving everything. And just when I was 19, I've been selected for the French team to go in Australia on tour. Yep. So we went to Australia for 3 weeks, and I absolutely loved it over there. Playing against Albert Kelly when he was a schoolboys, and Jamal Idris. Remember, he scored like 5 tries against us. Just like he was playing with kids, even if we're older than them, but they were like make you look us like kids. So that's funny. And from that, I just jumped into the Toulouse squad, the first team. But I never had the chance. I know all the players had the chance to go a few times to play in England as the Barla, and we used to be beat all the time. But now, if you look, the young French team really challenge England and challenge as well Australia. So that's mean the French rugby is moving forward, is improving. But we need more. I think we need as well, as much as player to come in and French structure, we need some big names like you said, John Kay. We need some coach ready to come over in France and help. But also you got like the Sylvain Wallace, the coach, is doing as well a really good job. Yeah. So I need to find this balance.
Right, it's my favourite news section on the show. Big shout to Joe Nisbet, who was our editor for this bit. This is Phone a Friend. Last week we had Sam Burgess talking all about his life in Oz, but this week he's given us a bit of insight into two of his friends, Thule Talanoa and James Graham. Check this out.
Oh, for Thule Talanoa, geez, what a great guy.
Legend.
Mate, he's a legend. Me and Tool, I call it, his nickname's Tools. When I first moved to Sydney, Tools was at South, and if I'm honest, it took me a while to settle in with the culture of Australia and of the Australian players, and obviously I was a young English boy coming over. But probably my closest mates in the team straight away were Tools, Eddie Pettybourne, who played at Wigan, and Isaac
what a
Luke.
lad. He's played in France today now. He's had a little baby. He just literally had a little baby.
Pettybourne, yeah. I know, yeah. So, anyway, Thule Talanoa, he calls me Samuela Burgers. And without doubt, every time I put a picture on Instagram, he comments on every one, Samuela Burgers. Because they used to, just like put on a stupid voice and call me Sam Burgers cheese? Sam Burger please. Burger please. They used to fucking just all the time, just mock my name all the time. That's about it. A funny story told them. I'm trying to think of one. I used to love it. He used to score a lot of tries at South. And he used to score, and every time he'd sort of run away from everyone. He stopped doing it. Maybe he's getting a bit lazier as he's getting a bit older. But I'll never forget, Lee Radford called me once, and he called me and said, "Hey, Sammy, I'm thinking of signing this player for Tuli Talanoa." I said, "Radders," I said, "I'm telling you, he's a great player. He'll be great for the club. He's a good try scorer. He's strong in contact. He'll be great." Anyway, he signed him, and I guess the rest is history. He's won the Challenge Cup twice.
Yeah.
And it's been great for them.
Lastly, mate, one of the funniest things we've had on the show this year is your brother George and Damien Cook doing an impression of James Graham when he's playing against you, and the funny things that he says on the field. Everyone says that James Graham comes out with some absolute gold when he's lining up against you. Has he said anything funny in particular to you, and can you do a bit of an impression when he's on the field?
He's full of it. He's full of it, Jammer. He's non-stop. He once said to me in a game, a bit of a scuffle started. Well, he started it, by the way, and he said it broke up, and I can't remember what had happened, but I might have been a bit cheeky. I ran at him when the whistle had blown or something, and then he got a bit fired up, and he started shouting at me as everyone's breaking it. He said, "You think you can't be tackled, Burgess? You think you can't be tackled?" And I was just like, "Oh, funny, what's he on about?" And then the one in the grand final, obviously we clashed heads, and I broke my eye socket and cheekbone, and I got to the scrum, and it was about 2 or 3 minutes into the game, and he looked at my face and he said, "Sam, mate, your face is a mess." He said, "You should go off." I said, "Get lost, Jam. Get lost. I'm going to stay out here," sort of thing. And so something happened later in the game. He shoulder charged Dave Tyrrell and knocked him out. And I said a few things to him. I said, "You're a dirty bloke, Jammy," just winding him up. And he said, "Burgess, your face looks like a dropped pie." I couldn't help but laugh. We were 60 minutes into the grand final, and he's saying my face looks like a dropped pie.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it said maybe like I had blood coming out my eye and my nose and my face all mangled, and all he could think about calling me was a dropped pie face.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Well, thanks for your time, mate, this morning.
James Graham's banter there on point, saying to Sam Burgess, "You've got a face like a drop pie, Burgess."
In his accent?
Yeah. Can you do it, a Scouse accent?
No chance.
No? Can you do a
Come
Scouse
on, have a go.
Better than Cuffbo's Mexican. Right, to play us out for part 1, we go to Widnes now as they take on the Resource Watt Bike Challenge. Keep it locked right here, Free Sports, for more Rugby AM after the break.
3, 2, 1, go!